Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Shelby, aka 88 Fox, and today I wanted to do a little tech tip on replacing the injector nozzles on a TDI. So I've already got one done, but I want to show you first off what I built to take them off. So this is a lug nut that I welded a nut to and used a what do you call it? A sliding hammer, and it simply just attaches on the back of the nut of the actual injector itself, and then you just use that slide hammer and pop them off. So I already did one just to see how you do it, and you know, there's a lot of stuff on the internet about, you know, you need to take these to a shop, you need to have blah blah blah, this and that, all these tools. Here's my tools. So a torque wrench, a 15 mil, and then I got a little bitty, some of them call them tweakers, whatever you want to call it, little bitty flat blade, and then some solvent, right, and then a brush. So that's all you really need to do a nozzle upgrade on these things. And then of course, if you don't have a vise, yeah, just go get a vise. They're helpful for everything. So I'm going to break it down and then show you exactly what to do. All right, so first thing I'd urge you to do is when you get one of these replaced, just get a little bit of tape and a paper towel and cover up that nozzle. You don't want these banging around. You can damage those nozzles pretty easy. But yeah, I'm going to show you how to do this one. So we're just going to line it up in the vise. There's a lot of, there's like the perfect lip on it. Give it a little crank, and then we're going to take our Harbor Freight Special wrench, and then we're just going to break this loose. And this is 15 mil. Should be relatively easy to break loose, especially in a vise. Once you start getting a little bit closer to the top, it'll stop having so much resistance, and then you can just remove it with your fingers. There might be a little bit of diesel that comes out of it, not on mine in particular, because, oh yeah, hey look, there was a little diesel in there. So we'll clean that off. Make sure that those pins don't move, and then we'll clean that little bit of diesel off. And then there is your retaining nut. Let's see, there's your retaining nut, your copper washer, and then your nozzle. So these copper washers can be a pain, especially if they're covered in soot, like all of them are going to be. So you want to get your little flat blade, and you actually want to kind of try to clean on the inside of it to get that soot out. And then just keep working it. Keep working it. And eventually you'll be able to get this retaining or this washer loose, and then you should be able to just pop the backside of the injector nozzle out. So I'm gonna move this over so you can get a better view, and I can work on it over here. All right, I'm gonna put a little solvent on it just to clean it up. See if I can break down some of that soot. You can use a toothbrush or whatever you got. Toothbrush would probably be the best to be able to use on this, because you can get down in the nooks and crannies. But I don't have a toothbrush with me, so this is what we got. you're going to just have to keep working it until you get it loose. There you go. So just use a little bit of pressure. Nozzle came out. That's the old nozzle that we're not going to use anymore. I might try to clean them up and see if they can be resold. There's your washer, and there's your retaining nut. So inside the retaining nut, you're going to have a ton of soot build up, and especially across those threads. So make sure, let's set that aside. Make sure you use your solvent. I'd prefer to use diesel on this, but this is what I got. I don't know if you can see inside there. Let me turn the flashlight on. Pretty clean, pretty nice. Now, go ahead and take your new nozzle. So these are DSLA 150P 1019s, and the ones that came out of it are DSLA 150P 706s. So from my understanding, these are like 183 and these are 203. So should be able to give us a pretty good little boost in our horsepower. So take the nozzle out and you'll notice it's nice and shiny. So we're going to go back to the injector side of it. All right, back at the injector, you'll notice that there's 3 pins or 3 holes inside the actual nozzle itself. You're going to line those up. There's 2 holes or 2 little studs right there, and then there's a 3rd stud that is the actual fuel supply. So we're just going to clean that off just a little bit more. Clean those threads off. And then we're going to put the nozzle on, and it'll only go on that one way. So you see there's going to be a little bit of play in there, or a little bit of gap in there. That's fine. Once you cinch this down, you'll be perfectly fine. So put the retaining nut on top. Do everything you can to not hit the base or the tip of this nozzle with any kind of metal. So we're going to tighten that down. Should be finger tight. Tighten down as far as you can with your finger. Should have a few studs left. We're going to go ahead and put the socket on it. Again, doing everything we can to make sure we don't touch that nozzle tip. We're going to tighten it down so we feel some resistance. Now we're going to put our torque wrench on it, and we're going to torque it down to 33 foot-pounds. I always like to double click it when I torque it down. Now, you can replace this washer, but like, I don't know anybody that does, or I haven't seen anything online. So we're just going to send it, put that washer back on top, push it down. Should seat okay on there, at least enough to where you can get it to go onto the nozzle plate. Then we're going to take a fresh piece of paper towel, and some tape. Cover the top of that. Again, the only reason I'm doing this is so I can protect the nozzle tip from anything when I'm doing the rest of these. Tape it down, and then you move on to your next one. So that's really it. Pretty simple. You can do with basic hand tools. And a vise obviously is going to be your best friend on this. But that's it. That's all you got to do to replace them. Once you get all 4 of them replaced, you will just reinstall as you took them out. All right, that's all I got. Peace.